Good morning, good morning. We're going to start. Oh, wait. Welcome back to Choice Bits of Bliss. My name is Cilla. We are continuing to clean out, make decisions, purge, and we're just going to talk about some practical stuff today in my space. So, as you can see, that little cubby, she's empty, and all of her contents are right there. We're going to go through that. I'm not going to make you watch me go through all of it, but this is my travel section and my travel kits and collections. I have a lot because my husband and I have spent years and years and years traveling. I haven't scrapbooked all those photos. I'll get around to it, but I don't need this much. I don't. So I'm going to first talk about something that's really practical because I'm going to be standing up while I'm going through this section. I have been a stand-up scrapper for the majority of the time I have been a scrapbooker. When I started out, I used a dining room table, just like most of us did, and then I went to a countertop and I stood up, and then I had a stool that I used that I would go, when I would get tired, I would sit down on the stool and then I would hop back up and stand to scrap. So something practical that I did, this desk, let me back up. This desk I got off of Amazon. The reason I chose it is because it has these two shelves on each side, and I wanted to be able to push one of the carts underneath it, and I wanted those shelves for storage. So here's the practical thing I did. My husband and I put my desk on risers. I ordered those off of Amazon as well and lifted my desk so that I could stand up at it comfortably. And I ordered this tractor seat stool because it allows me to do counter height, or I can go all the way down and do desk height. But I wanted it to be counter height so that when I get tired from standing, sorry if I'm making y'all sick, but when I get tired from standing, then I can just pull the stool up underneath me and I can sit down for a little bit and still work. That's the key. I want to be able to be at the same height as my desk and still work. I've cleaned up a lot from yesterday. As you can see, the chaos has been tamed over here. That makes me feel so much better. And the projects I'm working on today, I had alluded to, I think, I get confused and I can't remember if it was in a post on one of the groups, either Love RTS or Crafty Low or No Spend, or if I said it in a video. I no longer remember. But I had said when I got my haul from Hip Kit from the International Scrapbook Day sale, and that's what some of this paper his here on the corner. Some of that is the Hip Kit. Some of it is from the paper kits that I tore down. So the project that I'm doing with this, that I will do today, is I'm going to beef up my 30 days of collections. No, 30 days of sketches collect kits. Oh, I wish I could talk. I'm so smart, y'all, when I'm talking in my head. And then when I turn on the video, I sound like a bumbling idiot. But this is reality. Okay. Anyway, that basket down there at the bottom on the floor is where I hold my 30 days of sketches kits. Now, in those kits, I like to have embellishments. Sometimes there's photos in there. When I pull out the kit, it's ready for me to scrap. So I had to keep that furnished. I have to put paper back in it as I work it down. Or if I completely use up a kit, then I go through and I add more kits to that basket. Because I constantly try to keep anywhere from 30 to 50 kits in that basket going all the time. And I really, really, really love that solution for 30 days of sketches. Okay, back up here. So I'm going to be dealing with this paper stack. It's a lot of paper. Some of it's going to go to my color categories because I have, since we're doing the Through the Rainbow, I have been getting rid of some of my color paper. And I'm using some of it. That's exciting, right? And this is my travel stuff. I'm going to condense this down to what I love. That is the key. I want this all to be product that I love and I'm excited about. When I did I'm shaking this every time I talk because I talk with my hands, and I'm sorry. I'm not a good friend. I'm sorry. But one of the things I learned from the Spectrum Sherbet class with Vicki Booten is that I love that paper and I'm excited to use every square inch of it. I am. I want to feel that way about all my paper. I have paper that once I've used it, I'm done. And there may be an 8 by 12 piece of it left. And I'm done with it. I'm ready to get rid of it. I'm not saying necessarily that's a bad thing. It's just a thing. There's no judgment. There's no need in feeling condemnation or guilt. But I want to feel about all my paper like I am feeling about Spectrum Sherbet. Is it the design? Is it the color? I don't know. You know, I need to think about that. Y'all know I like to do some deep dive thinking about what's going on in my space. But I need to think about that and figure out what is it that I am enjoying so much. I'll tell you one thing. I really, really loved how Vicki had us diving right in and using all the product immediately. It scared me, but I also loved it because there's not, what she put in the package and in the kit, there's not one part of it that's unused. No, we used everything. So I'm rambling. I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to start working through some of these collection kits that are travel themed. And if I get to a spot that I have something profound, to say, I will turn the video back on and I'll share that with you. Aren't you excited? I know, I am too. All right, I'll be back in just a little bit. I'm going to pop back in for just a second, and there will be a lot of glare. I apologize for that. But the first two things I've done, the first thing I did was just do a rough go through of all the collections and put to my right what I know I want to keep, what I put to my left things that I want to go through. So it's out of camera shot. But so this, what that's on the table, is the second part of the process. Now I'm going back and finding like items. And the reason I'm having to do that is because I might receive a partial kit from the scrap room in my Flavors of the Month subscription. And then I might later on find a great sale and purchase a collection because it was on sale. Trying to convert myself. I'm trying not to do that anymore, but this is stuff I've had for a long time, and that, you know, that happened. For example, this collection is called Away We Go by Echo Park, I believe. Yes. And it's relatively new. It's not too old, but I received some, because I can tell because I've got cardstock in here. I received some in brain, come on, flavors of the month. I also purchased the collection, and then in Crop and Create, we had part of the collection that we use. So I had it in 3 different spots, and I just, because these are the layouts that we created in the Crop and Create. This was a Megan Andrews class, but these are some of the layouts that we created for that class. I'm trying to make sure I'm in screenshot. But anyway, there's the first side, there's the second side. Wonderful class. But I know it goes with this, and I don't have photos on here yet, so I want to put my layouts in here until I get photos. But I wanted all of that together in one location, so that, does that make sense? I just didn't want scattered here, scattered there, and then when I'm pulling it from the shelf, I see it here and I think this is all I have of this collection, when in fact I have almost the entire collection. So that's what I'm doing right now, as I'm just going through and adding. Here is another situation. This is a I was going to say that this was, and it may not be. I think I may have bought this when it first came out, Simple Vintage Coastal, and I did a sampling of supplies. I just bought a few sheets that I liked and the sticker sheet. Then later on, I think this was released again, I purchased the plain paper. Here's the entire collection, another sticker sheet, some more of the wood grain. I also have a 6x8. Now, if I had remembered the first time that it came out, I had done this, would I have purchased all of this? See, that's what I'm trying to get down my collections, and I'm not going to remember every single thing that I have. I'm trying to get rid of some of this glare. I'm not going to remember every single thing I have, but if I have like things together, I think when I go to look at a category or a theme, and I'm asking myself these questions. Do I already have some of it? Am I really happy with what I have? Or am what I'm seeing now, or is what I'm seeing now, does that make me really, really, really want it? I'm trying to slow down in the shopping process, because I have learned I don't need to shop when I'm tired. I don't need to shop when I'm rushed. Those two areas are danger zones for me. I don't feel like I'm so much into FOMO, fear of missing out, as much as I make really bad decisions when I'm tired or when I'm rushed. I make really bad decisions. Yeah, it's still glaring. Let's do this. I'm more concerned about this than y'all are, I promise you. But so one of the things I've been doing lately is when I hear somebody that I trust and I really like their taste, when I hear them get excited about a new collection, I go look at it. I look at it and I make sure I look at good photos, because looking at a photo that is this tiny, you know, that they're small. They're small, and my eyes are not what they used to be. That may look interesting, and then when I see it in a bigger format, see it zoomed in, I may lose interest. So I'm making sure that I look at photos zoomed in. I want to see the details in the actual paper. I'm not going to be able to tell if it has gloss, and I'm not going to be able to tell if it has texture, but I can at least get a good idea about the icons, the style of it, the colors, the scale of the designs. There's a lot you can tell by looking at a photo. Is it 100% perfect? No, it's not a 100% perfect solution, but I think it's going to get me a long ways toward where I want to be. And I'm going to tell you an example. I heard someone get really excited about a collection the other day, and I thought, well, let's go look at it. Let's go look at it in scrapbook.com. And scrapbook.com only had a photo of one side of the papers. So I thought, this is not going to work. I need to be able to see really good images. And then I chose to go to a Cherry on Top. Now, a Cherry on Top has primo photos. They do a really good job of showing what the product is. And often they will have A and B side. And if they don't have A and B side, they will have it stacked so that you still can kind of get a good idea of what's the B side. So I went and looked at the collection that, even as the person was, they were talking about it, they were excited about it. And as I was looking at the video, I was interested as well. But when I got to a Cherry on Top and examined every single paper in that collection, I ended up not buying it at all. I wasn't interested. I genuinely wasn't interested. I wasn't having to tell myself no. I wasn't depriving myself. I'm not on a spending freeze. I will shop, sister. I will shop. I will buy what I really, what I really like. But having these parameters is making me slow down and find what I truly do like and what I really want to bring into my inventory. We're going to think about this maybe like an algorithm. So when you put in your search parameters, you refine the choices that are going to be thrown at you. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to refine by putting up my own parameters and learning about myself, what I want to bring into my room and what I want to use when I'm creating layouts. And sometimes it's the things that you say that triggers a thought in my head that helps me change to a better way of shopping and a better way of scrapbooking and using my inventory. I'm going to stop, I think, the video here because, once again, I got a little serious. I do this, but I want to keep sharing with you how I'm working through my room. It seems selfish, it's a little self-serving, and I can totally appreciate that. I just hope that what I'm going through actually helps somebody else. No, that's none of my business. If your room gets exactly like mine, you know what? We'll have a cup of coffee and talk about it. I'm not going to try to prevent anybody from doing the exact same thing that I did. Shopping is fun. It is so fun. But I'm to the point where I know I cannot use this in my lifetime. And I want to share what I'm getting rid of with others who are passionate about paper the way that I am. And what I keep, I just want to love it. I want to love it and use it and be excited about it. So that's where we are in this process. Thank you so much for showing up here today and watching my process, my videos. And I just want you to know how much I appreciate you. You mean a lot to me. I hope you have a great day. Let's talk again soon. Bye-bye.